Good evening. Welcome to another edition of What Nobody Told Me After 65. Today I want to talk to you about how the U.S. compares to other countries in providing services to our seniors. It intrigued me that we are a very rich nation, very rich nation. However, there are 29 other countries in front of us when it comes to spending on our seniors and for senior services. The number one country, very small country, that spends 4.1% of their GDP, which is the gross domestic product. That is the value of all goods and services produced minus the value of goods and services needed to produce them. That's a quick economics 101. So the GDP is the value of all goods and services in a country. The Netherlands spends 4.1% of their GDP on services for seniors. Behind them is Norway. They have a 100% pension plan and financial security for their seniors, and they come in at 3.2%. Sweden, 3.1%. Switzerland, 1.8%. Germany, 1.8%. Canada, 1.8%. Austria, 1.2%. Australia, 1.3%. Ireland, 1.2%. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Great Britain, our folks across the pond, if you will, spend 1.8% of their GDP. The U.S., 1%. 1% of GDP, gross domestic product, is outlined for seniors and senior services. I also found it interesting when it comes to respect for elderlies. What country or countries have more respect for their seniors and value them for their wisdom? Japan, number one, China, Korea, and Vietnam. Many countries recognize that care needs to be moved away from hospitals and institutions and moved into the broader community. It just makes sense. China's elderly system needs a complete overhaul, primarily because it was based on their one-child policy. Well, if you only have one kid, you have two parents, one kid, when they become senior, disabled, and elderly, you only got one kid to rely on. China's finding out that wasn't such a good idea. And they have decided that they will completely overhaul and have a brand new system in place by 2025. I intend to take a look at that when it comes online. That's only a year from now. Here's an interesting note. Japan and France do not have any facilities that would be classified as nursing homes. Nothing in place. Almost 23% of U.S. seniors live in poverty. I told you that they're going by that federal poverty level, $27,180, something like that. That means a lot of us are living in poverty according to those numbers. And we rank about number 30 behind other countries. However, we rank a little bit better in terms of our Social Security system. For example, a non-working spouse can collect partial benefits based on the spouse's work history. That's not typical in other countries. So we get at 1A+. We are the most developed country in the world, yet we are among the most impoverished. As the Social Security payment system is slated to run out of money as early as 2033, and this is according to OECD, which is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. That's a US-based company. When that happens, it is estimated that 77% of retirement benefits would then come from payroll taxes, absent congressional action. So if the Congress doesn't step in and do something, 77%, more than half, of pension and senior benefits would come from payroll taxes. I'm sorry, not pension. Social Security benefits would come from payroll taxes. Ultimately, saving is one way to amass retirement income. However, that comes at a cost. Sacrificing other needs such as housing, food, child care, and health care. You'd have to pick one. It's bad, folks, but it could be worse. Remember, you don't know what you don't know. Thanks for listening.